December 29th, 2017, so a month after he found out, I made a post saying this is the face of Alzheimer's. The one thing about Denny that to this day everybody talks about is how he could make you laugh and make you cry, make grown men cry, and just in a way that is so extraordinary. And best preacher I ever heard. A lot of people will see different places and they're like, still my pastor. You're still my pastor after all these years. Well, we'd always had a dream of handing out money in church. And so in the year 2000, everything just kind of came together. We had $10,000, and then he talked about the parable of the talents, and he said, this is an assignment, it's a kingdom assignment, and he started handing out these crisp $100 bills as he went down, and they're holding it up to the light, they're trying to see if this real, they didn't think it was real. And then he gave them the 3 rules. It was that the money wasn't theirs, it was God's. They had to do something outside the walls of the church, and they had to report back what they did with it in 90 days. The whole model of it was about stewardship, that everything we have belongs to God. January 2001, on the front of thousands of papers, there's Denny Bellesi, standing there, and the story was great, and it was about the positivity and things that were happening. We wrote a book. Book came out on 9/11, 2001, which was fascinating, the timing of that, because people were looking for ways that they could help. Long story short, got a call from Oprah Winfrey or from her crew, and we were on her show, and we'd be able to tell our story, and they did a great job on telling our story. A friend came to me and she said, you need to put Denny back into a care facility. I was noticing he wasn't able to care for himself. I was having to do that. It was really exhausting. By 8 o'clock in the morning, I was exhausted. And so I did that. I put him into a new care facility. And it was a nightmare. It was just, I didn't sleep for 5 months. He was escaping, and he got a quarter of a mile away. They were over-medicating him. I was in such a state, and I had already, come through quite a bit, and was trying to get on the other side of that. I remember this one night when I realized that everything had been taken out of his closet. There wasn't even a towel for him to dry his sweet face off on. And I had to come up with a plan, and I called my friend, and she said, Lisa, I'd known that she had her husband at Silverado, and she said, you need to try it. You really need to try Silverado. Let me call a friend, and let me get this set up for you. And that friend called me the next morning of hers. I sobbed on the phone with her. And she said, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And so I plotted his escape. I don't know how else to say that. But I took him out the next day and had plans for him to go kind of straight there to see it. It was like I went from complete darkness to complete light. There was so much joy. It was just this warmth that I didn't even know was possible or that existed at all. They said, you can go back to being his wife, and you don't have to be his caregiver anymore. And I'm telling you, it's only gone up from there. He never took a painting class. He's now taking art classes. They told me I had to hide all the knives, for like the last 5 years. So I have. I've hid everything, wouldn't ever let him cook or turn on a stove or do anything like that. Well, now he's working alongside the chef. They sent me pictures of him chopping up all, he's not a dangerous person. He was a gourmet cook our whole marriage. And he goes on excursions where they take him on a boat. He gets to drive the boat, and he gets to, feel like he's relevant, right? That's the word, is relevant. And we all want to feel relevant, right? And we know when we're not.
Denny is an amazing man. He's helped people his whole life. We have a special bond because I've been here since day one, so supporting not only him but his family as well, and that transition coming into the community. Getting to know Denny as a person, what his likes, dislikes are. He knows that my office is full of candy. And just getting to know him and helping him.
What we do at Silverado is we surround the entire family, and we want to help Leesa find purpose in this disease for her too. And she's done an amazing job of impacting those around her. And so if we can help people find their purpose in this horrible disease, then we're changing the world. And that's a pretty cool thing.
Like, I went through his library, all the books he's read, all the books he made notes in, all his notes, all his sermons. I've kept all those. They're all documented. And it means a lot now that I can see something and go, we got to do that. We got to do that. I mean, it's really a privilege that I have the opportunity to take the time to see what we've gotten to do in our life together. 50 years. And it's more than that, because we've been friends for 58 years, something like that. Yeah.